Hi Sharon, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, Lata. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. Can we start the session?
Yeah, sure.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
In previous classes, we have discussed about chain if conditions. And now we are going to discuss about multiple if statements or conditions. Um, the syntax of multiple if statement is if condition 1, then it will execute this code. If condition 2, then it will execute this code. And if condition 3, then this will execute this code. And in this way, we can check multiple conditions. But previously, we have checked if this in previous session, I mean, in chain if this condition is true, it don't execute remaining conditions. But in multiple if statement, if this condition is true or false, it will definitely check next condition because these are all if conditions, not else or else conditions. That's all. Let us see with an example. For example, if we are taking a simple discount page, uh, if the member, if I mean, if he is a member of that page, for example, if he takes some website and he is a member of that website, I'm taking him as true, and he has a coupon for discount, and I'm checking if he is the member, he will get 10% discount. And I am writing other condition. If he has a coupon, he will have, he also have a coupon discount. I'm just saving it in today's save folder as multiple if. And I am executing it. It is printing you get 10% membership discount because this condition is true and this is false. And if we make this true, it will also print you have coupon discount. because here we are using if block, it will end here. We don't have any elif blocks. And we are using other if block for checking this condition. So these both conditions will execute. Do you understand this concept?
Yes.
And now we are going to discuss about logical operators. It is used to check multiple conditions in the same time. We have and, or, and not. If we use and, if both of the conditions are true. Sorry. Just take this as condition 1 and this as condition 2, and we are using an operator. We can use multiple conditions, but I am explaining with only two conditions. If both the conditions are true, it will output true. And if any one of the condition is false, it will give us false. That means if all the conditions are satisfied, then it will give true, otherwise it will give us false. Um, Let us see with an example. I'm just taking a equal to 10 and I'm just taking a less than 11. It's true. And I am taking a greater than 9. It is also true. Now I am checking the condition a greater than 9 and a less than 11. It is displaying true because a is greater than 9 and a is less than 11. If I check a is greater than 20 and a is less than 11, then it will display false because here the first condition is false and the second condition is true. We already discussed that only true and true is true, and other, if any one of the condition is false, then it will be false. Like this, we can use or condition. We have other condition or. For or, if any of one of the condition is true, it will print true. That means true and true is true. And false and true is also true because it has true. Any one of the conditions satisfied, it will print true. That means if both of the conditions are not satisfied, it will print false. The main difference is the AND will print true if all conditions satisfied, but OR will print true if any of the condition is true. Here I am taking same example. A greater than 20 or A less than 11. It is printing me true because the first condition is false, but the second condition is true. False and true. It has one true condition, so it is displaying true. If I place both the conditions as false, for example, I said A less than 1 or A greater than 22, then it is displaying false because here both the conditions are false. In the same way, we have other operator called not operator. In not operator, we have only two, if we give true as input, it will return false. We can use only condition and not. If we give true for that condition, it will return false. And if we give false, it will return true. That means I'm taking not A less than 10. Here A is 10 and A is not less, A is less than 10 is false. So not false means true. Just simply take not true. It, oh, sorry, not true. It will display false. If I take not false, it will display true. It will just reverse the condition. If you are giving true condition, it will display false, and if you are giving false condition, it will display true. Now I am taking n equal to 5, and I am asking that not n equal to 5. Can you guess what will it display?
N equal to 5, n not equal to 5. This will be true. So it will be false.
Yes, you are right. Let us take an example. Here I am taking like sample login page. Instead of checking like username and all, I am just giving true and false values. Is username correct? Equal to true I am taking. And then I'm asking is password correct? I'm taking this as false. And I am checking both the conditions at once. If user, I mean, if is username correct and we are using AND condition because it has to satisfy both username and password. That's why. And is password correct? We have to print login successful. If any of the condition is false, we have to print login failed, or we have to print um, check your username or password, or okay, just simply print login failed. Saving this as end.py. I'm just executing this program. It is saying login failed because we are giving We are using end condition and we are giving false to the password. Is password correct? Um, let's see by placing it as true. It will display login successful because here both the conditions are true. That's why it is printing login successful. If I take user if I take username as false, then it will again print login failed. Mm. I'm taking other condition for or. That means I'm taking the same, but um, this prime number. I'm taking if the person is prime member or first time customer, he is eligible for discount. So I'm taking is prime member. I'm taking it as false. And is he visiting first time? I'm taking it as true. And I'm checking if he is prime member or first time customer. We have to give him an discount. That means if we take the condition if is prime member, then here can you guess what operator we will use?
Or
Yes, you're right. Or is first time customer. We have to print. You have additional discount. Else otherwise we have to print. That means else they have to print no discount. Can you guess what will be the output of this code?
there is a typo or first time customer. If in the if condition there is a typo, is first time customer, you're missing R, FIRST.
Oh, sorry. Okay, now can you guess the output of this code?
Yeah, it would be true.
Yes, you are right. Because this is or condition, if any one of the condition is true, it is true. And if I use false here, then what will be the output?
Yeah, false.
No discount. Yes, you are right. And we will see another example for not condition. I'm just taking battery percentage. And if battery is not less than 20, I have to print enough charge or not condition, right? I'm just taking that, or simply I'm taking 20, 19, and I'm taking if battery percentage, not, okay. I'm using not for reverse. If not battery percentage greater than 20, we have to print. That means if battery percentage greater than 20 means false. Not means, that means if battery percentage less than or equal to 20, it has to print low battery, else enough charge. Mm. That means if battery percentage greater than 20, that is true. And not true means false. So it will execute else condition. Or, okay, here it is true, and here battery percentage is true. Condition is false. And not false means implies true. That means if we are taking not false, it will be true. That's why battery percentage is not greater than 20. Here it is it will give us false, and we are applying not condition to this. That means not false. That means true. That's why it is printing low battery. If I give it as 50, then it will print enough charge. Do you understand this program?
Yes.
Now can I give you a problem to solve?
Yeah, I'll try.
Then I'm checking if the student is eligible for exams or not. If the student, that means we are taking a student, and for them, if the assignment percentage greater than or equal to 70, and attendance is also greater than or equal to 75, or let's take 80, then he is eligible for exam. Otherwise, not eligible. I'm just pasting the question in chat box. If both the conditions satisfied, then he is eligible. Otherwise, he is not eligible. Can you please share your screen and try this program? Yes. And can you try other program like write a program on weather app? If it is raining or snowing, you have to carry an umbrella. And if it is sunny or cloudy, you need to enjoy the weather. Actually, you don't need to write else blocks for both, or you can simply use else.
I thought this is two. I was taking this as two different condition, or is it all in one? So that's the reason multiple if I was taking. Otherwise,
Yes, but
if
we
it
don't need else condition is not mandatory.
okay, raining. So true. Raining is true, not is false. Snowing is true, not is false. So false or false, false or false is false. Um, no need to carry the umbrella. For this condition, cloudy is false. So false, not true. Not true is true. So I mean, for this, I'm saying this. So if we
Yes.
put else only, then we will able to give the other condition, carry the umbrella, and then you cannot enjoy the weather.
Yes. But we are just simply trying to say these conditions. I mean, we are just testing or, and that's it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes, you are right.
Okay. But technically, this should run both, right? Why it is
Yes,
not running?
because here run you are taking snowing and raining is true, and if you place false, then it will run. For example, if we change snowing to false or running to or sorry raining to false, it will run execute both. Yeah. Because here not raining means it is
Yeah. So not raining. Raining is true.
yes,
Not raining is false. Okay.
yes,
So since first condition, okay, this is false. Or snowing is both false now.
yes. So it is
So
give
mm, so I mean, there is no else condition, so it won't go into that code. Okay.
yes, yes. And now can we start other topic? Or-
Yeah, yeah. Sure. Let me stop presenting.
And now we are going to discuss about try and catch blocks. Try and catch. Or in Python we will use except. That means try and except. Um, Let us take an example. I'm here taking value of n as input from user as integer. I mean, I'm taking user input as integer, or let's say we can take age. Int of input, enter your age. And now, if the age is greater than 18, he is eligible to vote. Or yes. Otherwise, he is not eligible. Here, if we run this program, if I am entering an input value, it is not giving an error. If in case we are giving it like string value, if I am using TWO or 10, TN 10, and it is giving an error that invalid literal for int with base, because here we are trying to take integer input, but here we have given age but in characters, that means in string format. It will be not converted into integer. This will be problem sometimes. So to overcome this problem, we can use try except block. Let's see. We can use try. That means what we will. I mean, if we want to execute some block of code, it gives us an exception. We think then it we will use try block. That means that might cause exception. And next we have except block. In except block, if there is an exception, that means if any exception occur or any error occur in this block, we will execute this block. And we can also use some more conditions like for this we can use else. If not any exception is not occurred, then we will execute this block. And we have other block which is finally. No matter if these are executing or not executing, finally will definitely execute. Like let us see with an example. Here we are placing this in try block and we are giving except block print. There is an error. And sometimes let's forget this. I'm just running this code. I'm giving 18. It is not giving any error or it is not displaying anything. Uh, if I give 10 in letters, it is displaying there is an error. That means here it is giving an error. To overcome this errors and to execute next code normally, we can use this type of try and except blocks. And we can also give particular error for this. Here we have value error is occurring in this, and we know that if we already know that it is a value error, we can give this as value error. And if we run this code, again I am using few. It is giving there is an error because it is occurring and value error. But if we don't know what error is occurring, and if we want to know what is that error, we can use except. That means, like say, we can use exception as E, and we want to print error. There is an error E, and I am trying to run this. Here I am giving 18, and there is no error. And if I am giving with letters, oh, sorry, here I have to place capital E for exception. There is an error. That means, or let's see, we just print error. And here the error is invalid literal for int with base 10, but we are giving it as 2. That is an error. And if the And if I'm giving any number, it is running normal. Right. So if we want to execute some code after checking the condition and there is no exception, we can give that code in else block. That means if age greater than 18. Else not eligible. Let's see now. If I am giving 20, it will print eligible to vote because there is no exception in this. This is an integer and there is no exception. That's why it is printing eligible to vote. And if I run this code again and I am giving 10, it will print not eligible because again here there is no exception. And if we want to execute some code at last, um, I mean unnecessary of try, catch, and except, we want, I mean, it may execute except or else, or if they don't execute both, we have finally. It has to execute some block of code. We can place that block of code in finally. I'm printing. Thanks for using our website and running it. And I'm again giving it as 40, eligible to vote, and thanks for using this website. If I even use a value like 3, it is displaying thanks for using our website because unnecessary of this one, it will finally, I mean, the statements in finally will definitely execute. Even it will execute else block or except block, it don't need anything. It will definitely execute. For example, let's take other program. Will you understand this program or do you,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I did.
let's take other program that I am taking N1 and I mean I am taking two numbers and I am dividing uh, N1, I mean first number by second number. For example, if I take right, I am taking N1 is equal to int of input, enter first number, and for first one I am taking N1 and this I am taking as N2. And I just want to divide these numbers. Result is equal to N1 by N2. And I am giving an exception. And we can also print like this. That means we can simply print exception as well. Here, but it is displaying class. That means there is an exception. That's why we use as E. and now it is displaying the error. So what is the exception is saved in E, and this is the class of E. I mean, this is the object of this particular class. Now I am again running this code and I am taking 20 and 10. Oh, um, in else block, I am printing result. I'm taking 20 and 10. It is displaying 2.0 because the division will always return float values. And if I take 20 and 0, here it will give us 0 division error because 20 is not divisible. I mean, we can't divide anything by 0. That's why it is displaying an error called 0 divisible error. And if we run again, and if we are taking 20 and we are using a letter 10, it is giving us invalid literal int because we are using string here. For different types of exceptions, if the user have to know what is his mistake, we can use this type of errors. If we have given division by 0 error, then he will re-verify his input and he will again enter that. And for these type of things, we can use try and except blocks. Uh, is that clear, or can I explain it once again?
Yeah, yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Can we stop the class here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thanks for your precious time.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.